Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of these permanent fabric markers that I got from UnityStar. The link to get them will be in the description box below. They come in this black carry case so that you can take them on the go, and when you need them you can just take out your little baggie and start drawing. And this is what they look like. They look similar to the alcohol-based markers, the ones you would use for coloring or drawing on paper, although you can still use these on actual paper. These markers are non-toxic and also non-refillable. Other than fabric, you can use them on thick paper, plastic, or wooden surfaces. These are dual-tip markers, which is awesome because you basically have two markers in one. Their design is flat so that they don't roll around in your desk area or wherever you're working, and you have to store them horizontally so that the ink distributes evenly to both tips. This is the fine point tip, this is the thickness, and I'm just doing this on regular notebook paper. This is the chisel tip, and this is how big it is. And also, I would recommend using something else underneath your page because they do kind of bleed through. I like that they have these little bumps right here on the cap so you have a better grip from the cap and it's easier to take it off. On both of the sides, they have this number code so that you can recognize them if they're laying down flat or if you want to buy the same color again. Then I made this kind of like a swatch chart, except instead of little squares, I made them into lines. And as you can see, they resemble their cap a lot, which is super cool because not all markers do that. And also, on this regular printer paper, it didn't really bleed through, which is super cool, except right here where I put a lot of strength into it. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And if you want to have more shades, you can always add another layer so that you have a darker shade using the same color. And it's really easy to do because the layers blend in very well. These markers are meant for light color fabric, and I recommend you to do a little test before you start with your actual project. I'm going to do the test on this piece of fabric, but first I covered my surface with a little piece of cardboard so that it doesn't bleed through. Now this is the porous side, not the shiny side, and you can see how the color expanded and kind of bled through on the other side. And then this side is a little bit shiny. I don't know the finish, but it works perfectly for my marker. Now I made this weird squiggle doodle thing, and then I did it on the other side and it expanded right away, so please make sure to make a little test. For my actual DIY and to test the other colors, I'm going to use this little pouch with the same kind of fabric, and you don't have to use white, but just remember it's meant for light color fabrics. But before I start, I'm going to put a piece of cardboard inside so that it doesn't bleed through. And now what I'm doing is I'm just drawing some random doodles here and there to test out most of the colors, and I'm not very good at drawing, but this isn't a drawing lesson, so it's okay. When you finish drawing, you can just remove the cardboard and then put a piece of fabric on top and use heat to set the paint. I'm using my mini iron, but you can also put it in the dryer. After that, you can take your piece of fabric and you can put it in the washing machine, and in my case, I'm just using a bowl of water to do a little test. So I'm just going to soak my project in there and wait. So my little pouch has been in there for a while, and as you can see, there's no bleeding, the colors aren't blending, and they are still bright and vibrant. So I would definitely recommend these markers. For my next project, I'm going to use this little mini canvas, and I already have my design ready, so I'm just going to color it now. As a finishing touch, I'm adding a little bit of pencil because this is obviously not going to be washed. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely recommend these markers. And yeah, until next time. Bye!